What an absolutely epic disaster this has been so far. I'm going to wait for some people to get in chat here before we get into this, but like, holy, what a mess. I clicked on go live. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Okay, so that's a good sign that at least somebody showed up in my chat, because what an epic disaster that just was. I clicked on go live. I didn't get a notification on YouTube, and I didn't know anything that was going on. Turns out I had my profile set wrong on OBS. Idiot. Damn. What's going on, Noob Cakes? Tell me about your day. How's your day? Day off today? I know that much. Cobalt, how's it going? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm kind of hoping that my stream quality gets better than that. That looks really terrible. Is it really grainy for you guys? Video is right. Output is wrong, which is fine. I don't care about that. And that's okay. And that's all good. Everything should be good. Yeah. Let's pretend like today was my first day. Yes, let's pretend that. I totally forgot to switch my profile, and that was just a dumb mistake. Okay. No, that's good. It looks really grainy for me, so, but that's okay. So we need to sort out a couple of things here before I get going. We need to change this because that looks like trash. Let's go like this and move that approximately like that. That'll be okay. That'll be okay until it starts like, and I'll start lifting my head up so I can get over the chat. Man, I need like 15 to 20 people to show up for this. I need some other opinions other than my own. I have my own opinion, and I'm going to reserve my own opinion on this product that I want to talk about today. I'm going to reserve my opinion until I get some feedback from chat, but I need about 15 to 20 people to be in my chat before I'm even going to get started on it. Yeah, I remember your guidelines and blah, 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 blah. So the YouTube and all their warnings. So, yeah, well, it's, so the way I'm going to phrase this is it's at a really good starting stage. Villain, I haven't told you what we're talking about yet. I'm waiting for people to get in chat. So it was requested of me that I turn off notifications for when I go live or when I post new videos on my Discord. So I did. I turned off that notification, and this is the result of it. So I go live at 5 o'clock on the last Friday of the month, except that this isn't the last Friday of the month. Is it? No, this isn't the last Friday of the month. So my schedule is a little bit messed up right now. But anyways, I had my notifications in Discord, and normally by the time I go live, I've got 10, 12, sometimes 15 people waiting for me in chat when I go. Today, that's not the case because I turned off that notification, and now I'm really regretting it. So we've got 7 currently in. Are there 7 likes on this video right now? Let's start there. Are there 7 likes on this live stream? Let's go have a little look-see. I'm guessing there isn't. By the time I get over there, there better be 7 likes. Except, luckily for you guys, it's going to take me forever to get there on my Teflon device. Let's search for me. And there we go. Let's mute that because I don't need to be hearing myself. And there was 4 likes on this. See? That's why I say it. You guys got to like these live streams. Otherwise, it's like, what am I doing here? Is it the last Friday of the month? No, don't tell me I was wrong about that. Oh, it is the last Friday of the month. Look at that. So my schedule is perfect. I'm totally on the ball here, and I know exactly what I'm talking about at all times. Right? Right. Let's pretend like that's true. All right. So let's get into it. So first of all, here, let's go like this. I'll just show you what I'm talking about first. So as you can probably tell from the thumbnail for this one, innocent, I liked immediately. Good evening, Curvex. So this is what I'm talking about. This is the product right here. And this product is called rustapp.io. So I don't want you to go to the website. You can if you want to, of course. But I just want to go over what it can do and how, as server owners, you might integrate this tool into your workflow. So Cobalt says that he likes the notifications in Discord. I like the notifications in Discord. So what needs to happen is, okay, so here's the problem. Discord has introduced a way of doing things. When people first join the server, they can go through an onboarding process. Well, back in the day when the Discord was first set up, we did it a different way because that onboarding process wasn't there. And so we changed the way that people get notifications at that time. Now, in order for me to do the onboarding process, I would have to completely start from scratch, get rid of that system that we put in place 100 years ago, and then switch to this onboarding process so that people can choose which channels they get notifications from. Which you can do anyways, because you can still mute channels if you don't want to get those notifications anymore. I don't know. It's a whole thing. Anyways, whatever. This is what I want to talk to you guys about today is rustapp. What did I say? IO? Yeah, rustapp.io. Has anybody seen this, heard of this, knows anything about it? Yeah, Noob Cakes, I agree with that 100% actually. So, yeah, I agree with that. So I am going to turn them back on. So for next Friday, my notifications will be turned back on, and hopefully this doesn't happen again. I mean, I'll take my 10 concurrent viewers. I will. I love that. But normally this is about 20, 25 maybe. Okay, so never heard of it. You're the first one. Okay, so I'm going to show you what this does. And I'm going to tell you about how it gets installed and all this other stuff. I'm going to tell you about it. And then I want your feedback. And then I'm going to tell you the important detail that I think a lot of people aren't going to like. Anyways, let's jump right in. So this is what you're greeted with after you've installed anything. So they have a really good onboarding process for rustapp.io. And they go through each individual step. They make it super painless, and it's incredibly simple to do. You have to download a plugin, which they provide you directly from the dashboard. And then once the plugin is on the server, excuse me, you have to enter in a verification code, which is also, it's literally drag and drop and copy paste. It's super easy. And then all of a sudden you're linked up, and it feels very Archon-ish, but easier than Archon. So it's super easy. So right there, huge win. Their onboarding process is perfect. And with that, you get 7 days for free. So everybody that watches this video can go try this product out for 7 days. But if you do that for free, 7 days for free, I have to say that. If you do that, I want you to come back to this video and let me know what you think of it after you've used it, even for a couple of days. So this is what you end up with. So how much can you see? Oh, I should move. I can't move it. Damn. That wasn't planned out very well, was it? I can't move it. How can I do this? Okay, I'm just going to tell you what you can't see because it's behind my webcam. Just noticed that my webcam is offset there. It looks kind of, anyways, doesn't matter. So on the left-hand side of your screen is you've got the menu. You've got players, chat, reports, and you can see it when it hits to check. So let's start at the top. We're going to look at players. So it gives you a list of players that are on your server. And if you're wondering if the list is not as, if the list isn't showing the number of players that you think it should have, it's because those players haven't logged in since you added this rustapp.io to your server. So it's only going to start logging players on this list after you've installed this plugin. Real DJ Elf, you and I, yeah, we're gonna get to that. And Shark, okay, Shark, never heard of it. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so I'm just gonna blast through this real quick so that you can see what it does and what you're getting for it. First of all, the interface is great. So we've got interface is good. The installation of it is super easy. The onboarding process is really good. I'm really happy about that. So we've got a list of players, and the list of players, the information that we can get on these players, can you see that? Yes, is pretty good. So this is just mine. This is just mine in here. So I don't really care if you guys have my Steam 64 or my IP address. That's a fake IP address anyways. Doesn't really matter because like hell I would be in Vancouver. So you get a ton of information about your players. If I were on a team, it would show that. If I reported anything, it would show that. If I had statistics, it would show that. But this has only been on my server for a couple of hours, so it's not. Anyways, you understand what you can get on each individual player, which is good. I like this. This is great, actually. Individual information on players. I like it. So let's go into the chat section. Oh, and you can also do, let me just double check this. Okay, so it says that I'm staff, I'm solo, I'm English, I'm using a VPN, and I'm a premium Steam Rust client. I'm a premium Rust client, which basically means I've spent money on my Rust account or on my Steam. Oh, I know what you're talking about. No, okay, Cobalt, no, this is not related to Fizzgun in any way, shape, or form. I'll tell you where it comes from a little bit later here. Good, so we're at 15, that's great. So then the next category is the chat section. So obviously this keeps track of the chat that's happening in your server, which is cool. It's a little bit small for you guys, but you can see a little bit of conversation that I was having with another player earlier today. And we can get to that same player information from their chat too, which is great. Now, I don't have any reports that have been sent in from this server yet, but if there were reports, it would appear here. So we can aggregate F7 reports, but we can also do /report in chat, and it will bring up a UI where the player can submit a report directly from in-game, similar to the F1 system, but separate from it. Great. This is good stuff. How would it know you're on a VPN? Because VPN IP addresses are very recognizable. And we've got checks. Now I'm unsure what the details are here on the checks. I'm assuming it's similar to Steam checks, where you can set rules here. In fact, let me look. Yeah, okay. So we can, oh no, that's not what it is at all. So this is kind of cool. And like, I only installed this on my server a couple of hours ago and then had to go to work real quick. So I haven't had a lot of time with this. But the amount of time that I have, I think I've got a pretty good idea of what's going on here. Notification about the start of player inspection in chat. Everyone in the server will see that a player has been called out for inspection. Okay. So it kind of looks like if we have somebody that we're thinking is suspect, We can go in and take a closer look at them. And this is where the checking system keeps track of that. Does that seem right? Main parameters of the moderation service. Interesting. Does not allow you to start checking if the player has fewer than one complaints. Okay, so this is from reporting. So if players in your server are reporting a specific player, then you can go in and inspect them. And then we can choose whether we're going to notify in chat that this player is being inspected for whatever reason. And do we want to notify the players that sent a report in about the person that we're inspecting? Okay, so that's kind of cool. I like that power. Now the next one is drawings. And the drawings are pretty cool. So if people are manually painting signs, or if they're using Sign Artist or whatever, it keeps track of all of that stuff directly on our dashboard. It should be noted that I'm not logged into the game at all right now. So all of the signs are kept track of in our dashboard. If somebody puts something up there, and thank goodness nobody has yet, that we don't want to see in our server, we can directly trash that sign right from our dashboard. Cool feature. I really like that. I tested this, and I had my game on one screen. I had my dashboard on another screen. I clicked on this red trash can right here, and I watched it crumble off the wall in my game. So cool feature. And we get to know where the sign is, which server it's coming from, where it is on the map. We can teleport to that location. So this copies the teleport coordinates to your clipboard so that you can quickly go in game, teleport directly to that location. I like this. This is good. Seems like Battlemetrics or Rust admin. That was my thoughts too, is it has a very so far. Oh, see, thanks, Banshee. I appreciate that. If you're watching this, so that just happened. So somebody in game just created a sign and it landed on my dashboard. So whenever that was, he just did that. Thankfully, he didn't do a hate symbol or something like that, and that would have been a really bad thing for my stream. But I appreciate that he did it live without me asking him, which is awesome. So thanks, Banshee. And then we've got alerts. So what is happening in our server that we need to be notified of? So as an example, I logged into my server using a VPN, and it sent me an alert to the dashboard saying, hey, this person is using a VPN. Do we get to decide what that all does? Log in with a ban in Rust app, log in with a ban in RCC, log in with a dirty IP address. Yeah, so we get to determine what criteria is going to be reported here in the alert section, which is super cool. Weird. I'm going to say weird frog, but I see that that's not in English, so I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. Now, we get into the sleeping bag section. So what I thought this was keeping track of sleeping bags that are deployed on your server. And when it didn't appear on my list, when I placed a sleeping bag, I was like, what the hell? Why would they have that in there? And then I realized, why would they care how many or where these sleeping bags are? No, this keeps track of sleeping bags that have been transferred from one player to another player. And then all of a sudden, this feature is cool. Plus we get the coordinates so we can know exactly where that transfer happened. I like that feature. And then we've got mutes, and then we've got a ban system that is very similar to Battlemetrics bans, where we can set up a profile. We can carry that profile across multiple servers. We can basically subscribe to a ban list, which keeps track of, everyone that's been previously banned. It's a good system. As long as it's working the way I think it's working, and it probably is, the ban system is good. Now, it's a feature for detecting cheater with ESP. what is a feature of detecting cheater with ESP? Because so far I haven't seen anything that would fall into that category. So I'm going to wait just a second. Helicon, I want to hear you. I want to read your response to that. Yeah, so far, Weird Frog, I haven't said anything that I don't like. Nothing. So far, I've liked everything that I've seen. You can filter only transfers to offline players who is not on a team, plays only 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, so let's go in and have a look. Nope. There we go. Okay, so Banshee transferred a sleeping bag back to me. Yeah, so we've got some criteria here. We can hide teammates transferring bags to each other, hide if the receiver is online. Cool. They've really put some thought into this. Filter allows you to display only sleeping bags that were given to players who left the server within a specific number of minutes after receiving the sleeping bag. Neat. That's a good thinking. That's a great idea. So left after X minutes, first time entered the project in days. I like these features. Yes. Okay. Yes. That is good point, Helicon. Good point. All right. So now we're going to get to one thing that I'm a little bit frustrated about. So now, full disclosure here, the developers of rustapp.io reached out to me and said, hey, we want your honest opinion. So go in, set up an account, get started, play around, let us know what you think. And this is exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm letting them know what I think. They're not paying me, and there's no like promo codes. There's none of that, and nothing like that going on right now. If we decide to dive deep, maybe one day, but right now this is just a Rust server owner looking at a product that somebody said, here, take a look at this. So when you get 7 days for free when you set up an account. So what you've seen so far is all underneath that 7-day umbrella of things that we can do. The downside is we can't go into the statistics area under that 7-day freebie. And I get why they're doing that, because the resources behind that is costing them money. I understand that. However, it's only 7 days. We should be granted access to this section, even if it's just for the 7 days. I think your retention numbers would go up if we had access to this. Now, in all fairness, they did say, let us know when you set up an account, and we'll do what we need to do to show you all of the stuff. I decided not to do that. I wanted to do this exactly like you would if you were a brand new person being introduced to rustapp.io. So that's what I did. And so as a result of that, I don't have access to this channel or to this feature. And then of course we've got server, so we can add different servers. I think I'm allowed to add 2 servers. I chose to just do 1. We've got an audit log, so anything that is from the dashboard, if you had different staff members doing different things in here, this would keep track of all of the different things that they're doing. We've got integrations where we can, I think this is Discord. Yeah. So this is where we can send information to our Discord if we want to, and we're doing that all with webhooks. This should feel very familiar, but it's good. It's seamless. And things are working. Let me just go have a quick look here. I want to see if anybody has reported anything to this channel. Banshee, if you're still in the game and watching this, do me a favor and do /report in chat and just do whatever. I just want to see if it lands in my Discord, because I got called out to work and wasn't able to check that for myself. Okay, so let me get caught up on chat here. Slick features so far. I'm waiting for the shoe to drop on price. Will it be a subscription model or not? It's for sure going to be a subscription. I pay for Rust Admin and Battlemetrics. Haven't seen anything that would make me switch. Web page says server stats is displayed, overall server metrics, online count, unique players, geographical. Yeah, okay. I'm picking up what you're laying down there. And then, so we've got, let's move on to settings. Okay, so how is the reporting system going to function? This is the settings that I was in earlier, but I'm just getting to it from a different place. This is how we get to determine how everything is going to function. Great, no problem. We can define the project. So like I just called this ominous. So if I were getting like a premium subscription, I could add more than the 2 servers. So I could have all of my ominous servers in here. I'm assuming with a higher tier, you'd be able to have more than 1 project, in which case I could have my other project, which I haven't announced to anybody yet. But it would fall under a different name. So I'd be able to have all these different projects in here, which is fantastic. And we can have them identified by their individual logos and titles and slugs and all that stuff. And then we've got staff. So we can add staff members if we want to have somebody else to have access to this dashboard, add them as staff. Easy peasy, easy peasy. So it's good. The product is good. I like it. I think that it's a little bit limited. But in saying that, I don't know what more I would want to see added to it. So that's actually kind of frustrating for me. Is I'm sitting here saying that I think that it's missing something, but I don't know what that something is. And that is super frustrating for me because I'm the guy with the ideas. I'm supposed to know. Can you try to invite at support? Take a look at the permission system. All right, let's take a look at the permissions. I don't see. Okay, hang on. Did I miss something here? The saddest thing is that trial access won't let you view other people's ban lists. However, you made the right choice to review as a regular user. Yeah, I agree. You can try to take a look at settings ban list. Okay, so let's go in there. Settings ban list. So I didn't set up any of that yet. It says you are subscribed. Okay. Public ban list. Okay, I do have to show you guys this. So going into the settings section, and then I go over to ban list, and you can list all of the public bans. So these people, I don't really care if they get their information put out there. This is cool. So I'm assuming, so this probably isn't face punch bans, but these are bans that other people have implemented from their Rust app dashboard. I'm assuming that that's the case. I'm hoping somebody in chat will let me know. And yeah, you're right. Okay, so you should check the bans to understand the full power. Yep, I agree. That's good. I do see the benefit because so many of us have used Battlemetrics in the past. This sharing of ban lists is going to feel very familiar, and it is an incredibly powerful tool. Without question. Having a ban system like that is good. Okay, so you said you can try to invite at support to take a look at the permission system. Okay, but that's not something that I'm assuming that that's not something that a regular user would have access to. Am I right? Okay. That's okay, Gamer Cat. That's cool. I appreciate you coming in anyways. I am going to do a real quick recap here. I'm almost at the end of what I want to say. Oh, did Banshee do the reporting thing? Let's have a look. So I did not get notified. Yeesh. Let's do a refresh. So interestingly, I did not get notified of a report on the dashboard or in Discord. And yes, I do have my web link set up, and I do have the reporting, like there's configuration aspects to the plugin that gets installed on your server. I do have that all set up. So it's probably my shortcoming. I'm not saying that it's a problem with Rust app. I just am not familiar enough with it to know when I'm running into a problem and what to do about it yet. I'm just not there yet. Like I said before, I've only had this in my possession for a couple of hours before I went live. So yeah, there's that. It's definitely my own shortcomings. I'll be the first one to admit that. Oh, good. I needed to check that. Oh, it is covering my face. I need to fix this real quick. Bear with me. Un momento. So we're going to leave two chats. All right. So here's my thoughts. So in the 7-day free trial that you get just for setting up an account, we should have access to the statistics, because we want to be able to show people the power of that. If it is what I think it is, if it's fed by Grafana, I understand why you don't want to do that, because it does cost you resources. I do, if that's the case, and I don't know because I haven't been able to see it for myself. If any of the developers are in, like, watching this right now, and I'm pretty sure at least one of you is part of the Rust app organization, if you want to grant me access to that, feel free. And I'll show it off. I'll just make it really clear that it's not part of the free 7-day trial. Don't worry, we're coming. We're coming to the, as a low-level owner, I have to focus on covering costs before we're thinking about quality of life subscription. So it wouldn't be the right customer for them. I can see the large network using this. Absolutely. This isn't okay. So Haugen, I'm assuming that you're from Rust app, which is great. I'm glad that you're here. I appreciate you popping in. So it's not Grafana. What you see behind the blue bar is basically what the statistics look like, unfortunately. Not unfortunately. I don't think that's an unfortunate thing. Or maybe I'm misunderstanding. Sorry. Got to pause. I have to breathe. Yeah, server stats. No, I understand. I understand that server stats should be a part of a premium level subscription. I 100% agree with that. All I'm talking about here is the 7-day free trial. Okay. So let's get into this part. So I'm going to show you the actual meat and potatoes. So rustapp.io is the website, and then we go over to pricing and we can have a look here. So this is where my biggest struggle came in. When you're trying to, well, exactly what was it? Shark? Let me look. Shark. Yeah, BMG, you want to know why you're missing that? Because I turned off my notifications in Discord. I trust me. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just looking. I'm looking. Okay, so Shark said, as a low-level owner, I have to focus on covering running costs before I start thinking about quality of life subscriptions, so I wouldn't be the right customer for them. So right out of the gate, I think they're going to be losing a lot of potential clients simply because of this price point. As a new server owner that might be spending, I don't know, let's call it $15 to $20 a month on their server, plus they're spending a bunch of money on plugins, plus they're spending a bunch of money on Discord bots and all of this other stuff. They're going to look at this $20 a month subscription and say exactly what Shark said, and they're going to say, this is not for me. Especially like I think Villain said earlier that I haven't seen anything that Battlemetrics doesn't already do. And Battlemetrics, you can get that for $10 a month. So why would I go to rustapp.io for $20 a month when I can do all of that stuff for $10 a month? So now, granted, the dashboard is nicer. Hands down, the dashboard is nicer. But is it worth it especially for a new server owner to get into that? I don't know. So great. What do? Do we reduce the price and reduce the features to match that? Or do we just reduce the price and give away those features? I don't know. I don't know what the balance there is. They've obviously spent some time figuring out what it costs them to run it at the base level. So I get that. Oh my God. And so I understand the fiscal aspect of it, but I think you're going to scare away a lot of clientele. I guess that's the long and the short of it. Yeah, BMG, thank you so much for that reminder. If you haven't yet, hit that like button on this video. Let's have a look here. So right now, oh my God. So the last time I looked, it was at 13 likes. How many likes are we at on this video? It did start out a lot cheaper. Oh, okay. So what that tells me is they started it out at a certain price point, realized that it was going to cost them more. And that's what, they need to make money. I 100% agree and understand that. You got to make money. I totally get it. I'd be curious to know what it did start out at, if anybody happens to know in chat. Probably more focused on mid-tier servers. We understand that standard report plugins are truly more convenient for a beginner server. And you guys are the ones that did the free version of the reporting system, which I had on the server to begin with and had to remove that in order to use this one for free. So the reporting aspect, sending it to my Discord, was a large component of what I was chasing in that situation. So I think it was 10. So I don't know. I see the challenge here, and I really like what you guys have done here. Like, the interface is smooth. It's buttery. It's actually really good. I just think it's missing something. Is it, you know what? It might be something as simple as Archon. It could be Archon. That could be what it's missing. I'm not sure. Yeah, BMG Jet. So I had it suggested to me that a lot of people, they get the notification in my Discord that I'm going live or that I've posted a new video or whatever, and then they just click to mute, or they click to mark as read or whatever, and they don't actually engage with it. And I trust the person that said that to me. And I said, you know what, you're probably right that it's not getting a lot of people into my live streams, and maybe definitely not into watching a video. But today is a prime example that that's not true, because when I hit go live today and there was nobody here for a solid 5 minutes, it was like, damn, that hurt. That was bad. So I'm going to turn that notification back on. And the person that said turn it off, I understand why you did. You know who you are. You'll have to just mute that channel, I guess, if you don't want to know when I go live. Think this tool is more useful for bigger projects than just started servers. You're right. It 100% is. I agree with that statement. I think you're missing a large section of people there. I really do. As a lone server owner and one that foots the bills for everything, this is too rich for my blood. I already pay for all my premium plugins. I pay for my host, cover all the costs, blah, 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 blah. Yes, that's kind of my thoughts too. And I don't like subscriptions. I don't even like paying for streaming subscriptions. You have to. I get that. I mean, Jesus, most of us are already paying for Battlemetrics too, which is also a subscription I wish we could get rid of. But I understand. What is this cheat check system looks like they use? What is this cheat check system they use? Looks like it's Russian based. Not sure if I trust that. You'll have to make that decision. You'll have to make that decision. Left the old terrace for everyone who started with the cheaper ones. Okay, so like a grandfather type system. That's awesome. We have always treated it this way. We've always worked on the same coordinate conditions on which we started. Cool. Jet, I can't. I trust him. I can't ignore it. I tried it. I did what he asked me to do. I was reluctant, but I trust him. So anyways, it's coming back. Don't worry. I didn't see it all completely. Were there triggers and scheduled actions like Battlemetrics? No, there aren't those things. Or not that I've found anyways, I should say. I don't know for sure, but I don't think so. Which is another important difference. Is that Genie? Geini. Genie82. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. I don't mean to. Maybe lower, to be fair. When I started to have, it may have been 5, but they did up it. Yeah, I don't imagine they came out of the gate at $20 a month. Haugen says it was 7. It was too limited. Okay, I understand. Yep. Just open some folder. Okay, it's just a checker. I hope I didn't say just a checker, did I? I said it was similar in functionality. Right? Minimum number of complaints. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry. What about self-hosted Rust app for small projects? I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think about a self-hosted Rust app first? So when I was first introduced to this, they said, here, go check out rustapp.io. I thought it was going to be on my phone or my iPad or whatever. And at first I was like, okay, cool. I can control and monitor my server from my device when I'm not at home. Which you can do. You can do that from your phone or device or whatever. But I thought that's what it was. When you have app in the title, you just automatically assume that it has something to do with the mobile device. That was my mistake, though. Okay, so custom. Okay, so we need to go back in and look for custom actions. Custom actions. So I'm assuming that that's what's being talked about there. So where would I find custom actions? Oh, that's cool. You can filter what each individual player has said in chat. That's cool. I do like that. So we just right click on their name in the player list and we can see just their messages that they put in chat. Cool. I do like that. Mayonnaise, the quick rundown is we're looking at rustapp.io. And so far, I really like what it does. We can directly interact with the players from our dashboard, not logged into the server. We can see chat. We can get reports. We can have a checking system, which is fantastic. We can see what signs are being placed in our servers. We can check for bags that are transferring from one owner to the other. It's all really good. There's a statistics section that I don't have access to because I'm just on a free trial right now. But I want to sum this up in one quick word, saying it's like Rust Admin, the premium version of Rust Admin, but it's missing Archon. I want to say that. It's been, honestly, to be fair, it's been years since I've used Rust Admin, and even at that, I didn't use the premium version of it. I only ever used the free version because all of my hosts had most of the stuff in their dashboard anyways. Okay, so I'm looking for actions. Tell me where to go. Custom actions. They're available on your trial. I'm late. Yeah, did that. Create your own actions. As Archon commands, you will be able to use them on players with some variables and so on. So what we're looking for, settings and actions. Settings, actions. There we go. Okay, so we can do the battlemetric style triggers. Okay, I do like that. And we've got the variable, we've got access to the variables. This is going to feel very familiar. Yes. Okay, so that changes things again. Yep. Okay, got it there. Saw your boat control video, made a more vanilla plugin that adds power inputs to the sail, engine, and anchor so you can control them via switches and buttons. That's what I asked for before I'd ever heard of boat control, was those power inputs. So good job. The biggest thing missing for me is permissions, groups, archons, and actions that can be triggered by timer or players. So that, by timer or player. Yeah, okay. You should create them before use. Yeah, of course. Yeah. All data is stored indefinitely except kills. The chat search works, including for recent years. Good. Yeah, mayonnaise, no Archon. Not yet, anyways. I don't know if that's on the roadmap or not. I'm glad I think these are the guys from Rust App that are in the chat. So I'm glad they popped in here for this. That it's super helpful. They've already corrected me a couple of times, which is great. This is like as raw as you can get, because none of this was pre-planned. We didn't have a call, or we didn't really even connect at all. They just wanted raw feedback from myself as well as from you guys. Settings, actions. Yep. Yeah. So Villain, that's interesting because mine was absolutely seamless. Like it was drag and drop the plugin in, enter the code, and it was done. And it was reporting right away. Great question, Jet. Great question. We don't have, I mean, we do sort of in North America have to deal with GDRP. Is it GDRP? Anyways, I know what you're talking about. But most people just use that as a guideline because it's not law here is all I'm saying there. It's storing game chat against, okay. Okay. Can we have this info in our terms? Oh, and we have this info in our terms. Okay, perfect. So Haugen is from Rust App. Perfect. Thank you for clarifying that. I got that sense, but I just wanted to make sure. Had to enter the passcode in Rust Admin to get it to connect. That's interesting. You don't have access to a regular Archon. You had to use Rust Admin. Who's your host, Villain? No. That's not what he's saying. He's saying that he had to enter the code from Rust App in Rust Admin. I'm assuming he doesn't have access to an Archon or a server console. I'm making that assumption. Issue with where I live is the section individuals have the right to be informed, access, rectify, erase Oh, interesting. Okay. That's interesting, Jet. I didn't know that. GDRP. Okay, so that is right. Okay. Need to enter a random code during setup. Yeah, the code that is generated from your dashboard. Yep. And you needed to do that from Rust admin. You didn't okay. Connection code, we generated to detect which server is using. Yep. Yep. Okay, sounds good, Shark. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Have a good one. All right, so all in all, it's good. I think it's just too much money. I'm sorry. I have to be honest. It's just too much money. Or no, it's not too much money. It's too much money for the guy that's just starting out. Because for bigger organizations where you can have let me go back here. So we can have 100,000 players in our database. That's a ton for the new guy. And it's probably going to cover a large portion of the mid to low end server communities. That 100,000 players is probably a ton. To get bumped up into the $40 a month where you need to have 500,000 players in your database, $40 a month doesn't mean anything to an organization like that. So I understand that aspect of things. And for the $20 a month, you do get a lot of stuff. 100,000 players, 2 servers, player state, player information, player Steam, so all of that stuff on the player. Nickname change history, player IP section, the chat system, the reporting. There's enough things here that if you broke it right down, it's worth it. But not for the new guy. I'll keep coming back to that. I like being able to kill signs directly from the dashboard without having to log in and finding it. I do like that. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Are you talking to me or are you talking to somebody in chat? If you want me to dive further, I feel like I've kind of been punching on you guys, and I feel bad about that. I don't like doing that. But yeah, if you want me to keep diving deeper into this, absolutely, I'll look at whatever you want me to look at. Agreed. Fizzgun alone has a lot of these features, which could be better for newer players. I feel like this should be marketed to much bigger servers. Well, and maybe that's what they want me to do. I have built my community around brand new server owners, people that have maybe never even played Rust before, and they want to, I want to have a Rust server. I cater to those people, but there's no reason why this can't be marketed to mid to high level communities. Because that price point is going to be right down their alley, and the features that they're going to get from that, totally worth it. So Fizzgun is a bit of a cheat code, though. The guys at Fizzgun, they want to have all of this stuff on their panels for no extra charge. So it's a bit of a cheat code. So anybody that's with Fizzgun, you already know what I'm thinking, especially if you have any experience with your panel with Fizzgun. But like I said, it is like a cheat code. Persistent history of all team changes for each player. Cool feature. I do like that. So you don't want a team of people to come in and be able to change their name and pretend like they're somebody else. So we're going to know if they change their names. I do like that. F1 server lets you kill signs. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. But this is all from your dashboard. You could literally do this from your phone on an airplane if you wanted to. Yeah, so a Discord, yeah, that's true. Discord plugins, true. Ultimate Archon is a good example of a lot of this stuff. Yep. Just say my username is I I assume it's SRTBULL. Let me just double check here. Yeah, username SRTBULL. Mayonnaise decided to learn code. Okay, so Mayonnaise says, yeah, man, I was watching your videos years ago. I decided to learn coding. That's perfect. There's another guy that I was just talking to a little while ago that was in a very similar situation. He started watching my videos like 5-6 years ago, and I don't even think he had a Rust server at the time, and was inspired to start coding very quickly. I didn't know coding before that. And but yeah, I won't say his name because I don't want to put him on blast like that. But if he's watching, he knows that I'm talking about him. And it's not you. Who you think I'm talking about now? It's not you. It's the other one. I don't know how you guys expect to know who I'm talking about now. It's funny. Invited you to Rust Null. You can switch project top left. Click on your project and choose Rust Null. Okay. Let me read that again. Invited you to our Rust Null. You can switch project at top left. Click on your project and choose Rust Null. Click on your project. And it doesn't do anything. Let me... It's also a demo project, but with more demo data. Okay. Click on your project and choose Rust Null. That's what I'm doing. So I click on my project and it does nothing. I'm assuming that's not what you mean. Yes, my cat is screaming at me through the door. I apologize for that. I think $7 is fine, but when you get to $10 and up, for me, it's like it's too much for me having 2,500 players in the database. Too much for me. Okay, so you have 2,500 players in your database. Okay. Gallium AC lets you do the sign stuff as well. Good. 100,000 for $20. Yep. In the database. Yep. Auto kick system you can find in settings. Auto kick. Yes, I did see that. Settings. There we go. Auto kick. Yeah. So, I have no access to that section. Okay. That's okay. Reload the page. Reload. Should have thought of that. Rust Null. Look at that. Okay. So I'm in there. I'll take care of this after the stream. I'm not going to do this part live because I like to be somewhat prepared and I don't know what I'm going to see in here. So I'll check into that. This might require a follow-up video or a follow-up live stream. Hydrate. You'll be able to see your new project with demo data. Demo data. I'm assuming in the statistics section. Oh, I got to switch back. So if I can do that, yeah, I can. So here, I'm going to show you guys. So they've given me access to a demo system so that we can see what the statistics look like on a higher version, higher subscription. So now, is this my? No, because I don't have 3 bands. I definitely don't have 3 bands. Player count. Okay. These are connections. Yep. Okay. And then the other thing I wanted to check on is, so it's interesting that, so the settings section goes away on the Rust Null. It is saying that I don't have sufficient rights to perform that action. So I'd be curious to know what I'm missing there. But that's okay. Like I said, I'll dive more into this when I'm not live. It's just easier to do it that way. Yeah, Villain, that's fair. That's fair. That is a fair summation of the situation. BMG Jet says, IMO, pricing should be based on server ranking. If your server is in the top 1,000, you will be willing to pay a lot more than someone whose server just started out and ranked 20,000. That is a masterclass idea right there. Server ranking. The unfortunate part about that is, I know you're talking about Battlemetrics server ranking, or I think you are. So now we're looking at Battlemetrics to, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Don't know if I'm allowed to, but you should check out Rogue Depot. It's been like 2 weeks since starting fresh. Already had 10 creators over there. Not trying to advertise, but you should check it out. What I'm doing here is to help server owners build their community. I don't mind promoting anything on this channel. So I said it out loud for you. Rogue Depot, I'm going to go check it out when I'm not live. You can press demo. So let's go into statistics. No. So, okay, so let's do this. So you've seen the mistakes that I've made on your product. I want you to send me a Discord message letting me know the things that you want me to have a look at so that I can come back later and clarify those things and cover some of those details that I might have gotten wrong. Oh, at auto kick is what you were talking about. Okay. Oh, okay. I completely misunderstood what you were saying there. Let's hit refresh on that. Okay. Okay. It's okay. There's a timing issue here, and it's okay. I understand what's going on. So, yeah. So, all in all, I think the feedback is fairly, not quite unanimous, but pretty close to unanimous, that it's pretty pricey for what we're getting. I'm not seeing I'm not seeing the wow, the wow feature that is going to say, you know what, to hell with Battlemetrics, let's move over to Rust app. I'm not seeing that yet. I'm not saying that it's not there. I'm just saying that I haven't found it yet. Okay. Yeah, Haugen, I'm glad that I feel, like I said, I feel like I've been punching you guys, and that's not what I like doing on this. It's just not quite there yet. We've grown in our segment, and many of the issues that arise in the EU segment haven't arisen in ours. Since we wanted to advance in your segment, I'm assuming you're meaning part of the world. It's important for us to meet your interests. Yeah, that is a great attitude to have, and I love it. A lot of developers won't take any kind of feedback at all, which is why I was maybe kid gloving you a little bit. I can usually find something wrong with everything. It doesn't matter what it is. A lot of it is my issues, but I can typically find, I can usually find problems. Yeah, Noob Cakes, great point. Big respect for putting yourself and your project out there. As someone who has been considering putting some of my work out there, but haven't pulled the trigger, I know it takes a lot. Agreed. Putting yourself out there is absolutely terrifying. And when you come to somebody like myself that doesn't know anything about your product, which can completely screw it up for you, you gave me a lot of trust, and I appreciate that. I know I've made mistakes. Yes, I do. I do pick Noob Cakes projects apart all the time. That is exactly right. Ooh, Rust Venture GG with the €10 super chat. SRT, finally I managed to be on your live stream. Thanks for all your tips. Maybe you can review my server and also my plugin I made someday. Thanks for all your work. I will absolutely look at your plugin. I feel like you're on my list of, have you sent it to me or have you messaged me on Discord? If not, you should do so. And we can talk about that. I haven't been doing server reviews lately, but I definitely don't have a problem dropping in and seeing you. You won't know that it's me because my names don't match up, but whatever. I will pop in and see you for sure. Yes, Haugen, exactly. I wanted to see it like a brand new user would see it, because I know you guys know the fine details that I don't have, which is the case with everything that I touch for the first time. So Jet makes AI videos and stuff like that of me, and they're awesome. They're out there. They're on YouTube. I don't know how you would search for them, but well, actually, Jet, you're I think you're an admin. Why don't you post it in chat? I don't mind. Might get you a couple of views. He's having a hard time because YouTube really does not like AI generated content, or they claim to not. So when it's really obviously AI, it gets not really shadow banned, but basically shadow banned. Anyways, so all in all, what do you guys think of rustapp.io? I really like the project. I do. If it's just missing Archon, man, that seems like such an easy fix. But if that's what it's missing, and I don't know for sure that it is, it's a banger. But it's not for the new guy. Okay. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I've seen your name on there before. I'll go back and look through my list here when I'm not live. Okay, great. If you guys are willing to look at it, you get 7 days for free. No money. You don't have to put in any credit card details. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You get 7 days to check it out. The only thing that you don't have access to is the statistics, or there's something else that you don't get access to, and I forget. I'm sorry. It is nope, AutoKick. I think it's AutoKick that you don't. Yeah, AutoKick you don't have access to. You can click on show demo and it'll show you a demo of it working, but you can't actually set anything up. But that's free. That's what it is. Middle of the night, so I have to hang up. Thanks again. We'll be in touch. Sounds good. Thank you, Haugen. I appreciate all of the back and forth that we've had. I think that worked out really well, and I love the fact that it wasn't even pre-planned. So even better. Say it looks like it had a boatload of potential, and if the devs keep taking real feedback and actually implementing some of it, they have a huge potential to go really far. I agree. Great way to put it. I won't self-advertise since it will lower your stream ranking. I'll post the links on the Discord. Okay, sounds good. That's probably a good way to go. Even seeing the stats, I'm not seeing. Yep, that's okay. That's 100% okay. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to get your guys' feedback. I had my opinion, and I was hoping that somebody in my chat was going to change my mind. I see where it's going, but I haven't changed my mind yet. So I'm going to play around with this some more, obviously offline, and see if it gets to that mark. I have 7 days. Today's my first day for my trial, so I have 7 days to check it out, and I fully intend on doing that. But we'll see where it goes. I'm interested to see where they take it from. Glad to see the developers are looking for feedback. That's always promising. I agree. Either more bells and whistles for the price, or maybe look at cost cuts. And that's fair. Yeah, that is fair. All right, well, that's what I wanted to talk about today, was rustapp.io. I wanted to get your guys' feedback. I did. It just so happens that it worked out great with the developers, which is awesome. And so now we can put this one to bed. They're on the right track. It's just a little bit of tweaking left needed to do. So on a off note, a little bit ago, you mentioned a project that you haven't shared with anyone yet. Are you ready to release any information on that project? I want to. Noob Cakes, I do. I want to talk about it, but I'm afraid about not hitting the deadline that I've set with me and my team. The deadline is very quickly approaching, and every day that passes, I'm more and more skeptical that we're going to meet that deadline, which sucks, and I hate that I'm saying that out loud, but it's true. Yeah, him being here was absolutely fantastic. Have to go again now. Next people coming through the house. Have a good morning, day, or night. Yes, BMG, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Discord notifications are coming back on for next week. The person that asked me, that requested that I turn them off, did not show up in my chat, which probably because they didn't get notified that I was going live, which is hilarious. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I've never done anything like this. This was absolutely raw. No preparation was put into this. I didn't have a bunch of things that I needed to cover. And the developer wasn't hounding me to say this, and this. Not that developers actually do that, because they don't. Look at me. Who's going to tell me what to do? Anyways, I'll see you guys all next week. Don't forget to hit like on this video. And is that it? I think that's it. Have fun. Be safe.